What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be playing some Diablo 2, as you can see. This is a D2 single player with the plugin mod installed. You can see right here, plugin 10.0 version 1.13. So here we go. I'm going to be doing some Mephisto runs. I'm looking for Andariel's Visage and some War Travelers. So as you can see, my source is 92. And I'll show you guys the gear setup here when I get started. So currently we're working with Oculus, Harlequin Crest Shaco, Ethereal Scolders, Mars Kaleidoscope with 29% or 29 all res, so it's almost perfect. Spirit Monarch with 32 faster cast rate. Some Gale Blazer or light plated boots. Nadal Ring, 28%. Tarash's belt, up to 50%. Son of Jordan, and some chance cards. A little low on the chances, but hey, I only found a few. So, yeah. Also working towards my Holy Grail. So got a whole bunch of stuff in my stash already set up for that. If you can believe it, I've not found a single war trial since I started playing this character. Not a single one, but hopefully we can remedy that. But I want to show you this other thing too right quick. So here's what I got set up wise for all my stats. And honestly, this is something I didn't know about until just recently. But you can do this page change right here, and we'll give you a breakdown of other stats. So working with 406 better chance of getting magic items. So 406 MF. And then here's my reses. Alright, without that, let's get started. So, Frozen Armor and Mana Shield. Some people don't go with Mana Shield, but I like Mana Shield because it gives you kind of like a extra skin so that you don't die. But I also have, I wanted to tell you, I also have set the players 3 for the best drop you can get off the bosses. Most drops you can get off bosses is players 3. So a lot of people will tell you about this emote trick. You just get him to come down here, aggro him, and then you can throw meteors on his head. I've done countless runs on this guy, and I still cannot get a War Traps. I also can't find that Andariel's Visage, because Andariel's Visage I want to use on my mercenary. I just completed an Affinity Colossus Voltage the other day, and I wanted to use that. However, my Merc is only 92, and it's one of those frozen. I can't remember what it's called right off, but it's the defensive Merc that has the frozen aura around him. So he levels up strength differently. Right now he's 2 away from 200, but if I get that Andy Visage, that one will put him over the top, no problem. So nothing good there. Now, I don't do like a lot of people do and pick up the helmets and stuff, the rare helmets and rare ammies and rings and whatnot. I will every now and then, but I don't know, I just don't feel like there's a lot of good stuff in there. Maybe if I had a druid, I'd maybe look for a pelt that had a tornado on it, but I haven't been looking for that anytime recently. So in order to increase the drop chances, like you probably already know, you have to change the player setting. So right now I have it set to 3. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute if you don't know already. But basically what it does when you change the setting is it changes the, because the items that drop off of enemies is the items, and then there's a no drop, which is an item. If you can believe that. So the higher the player count is in the game, the less chance it is for that no drop item to drop. So you have a better chance of increasing the no drop to be a drop. Oh, look at that rare amulet. I wonder what it could be. Let's check it out real quick. But this time we got a Crescent Moon. Let's see if we got that one. I don't remember if we got that one or not. let's see. Go back a little bit here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So yeah, these ones. Nope. Nope, they don't have it. So that's a good one there. And add to our grow list. Not too bad either. 15 or 14% mana still, and 5% life stolen. Pretty good. Good for a low level barbarian probably. All right. So, not really long ago, the ladder reset. I think it was back in June, and I did some online playing for a little while. But I started watching these YouTube videos of guys like Mr. Lamesi and Dobrunsky, and decided to start playing this D2SP or D2SP pluggy mod for the single player. Because one, they're right about the realms going down. If you do like multiple runs, you can get kicked. And also the queues for trying to join games have just gotten ridiculous. I mean, you get on there and some of them are just up to like 4,000 waiting to create a game. So you end up having to wait a very long time before you get into a game. And then you end up just kind of going through the game doing all the bosses, all the runs you can, because you don't have to wait another 20 minutes to join another game. So it is a little frustrating to do that, but with a single player you don't have to worry about that. You can just kind of get up here and do your thing and then move on with it. Mephisto is one of my favorite mobs to kill because he's so easy to get to if you get a good map, and you can sit here and do this trick right here and just kill him no problem. Plus he has a lot of good drops. He can drop that Izmesh, Wartrav, Shaco, just a lot of different things for your Merc. You can drop the Shaft Stop, you can drop Vamp Gaze. There's a whole lot of different things you can use that's pretty good for the low level characters, and a lot of good things for the high end characters too. Like probably one of the hardest things I've tried to be finding recently is Tarasha's amulet. I still have not found one of those, but I did find the Telling of Beads amulet off of this guy, and that's a pretty good drop too. Or the set amulets. A lot of people probably ask too, why aren't you using different weapon? Because Oculus is just so good. The only thing that I don't like about it is the random teleport when you get hit. Like, kind of stinks. You got the you'll be sitting there and you just get randomly hit, teleport to another area that has monsters, and then get hit again, and teleport to another area that has monsters. And if you have that mana shield on, it just sits there and drains all your mana, and you end up getting stuck with no mana because you have all that's warping around and stuff from getting hit. But all in all, it's really good because $3 skills, faster cast rate, magic fun. I mean, you really can't get any better than that, unless you find like a death spasm. That's pretty good, but that's really hard to find. I have been playing it a long time on Diablo 2, and I've never found one single death fathom. And I know Mephisto can't drop it, but I did a few runs on Pendleskin, and also tried a few Diablo runs and Bell runs, and I haven't never found one. So And also, some people will wonder why you run with so much strength on the source. Well, strength is good for that storm shield. Plus, you get the monarch, which is a storm shield is a monarch, but it's like 156 strength, I think, just to use it. And a monarch is one of the first times you can get a shield that has 4 sockets in it. So you want to be able to make that spirit shield for your sorceress, then you have to dump that amount of strength in it. The problem is that it uses up a lot of your stats you could put in something else. Some people won't even use that. They'll use you could get away with using like a rhyme shield that you make, 2-open socket with Shelleth or Lilith's Wall. You can get away with that, and those both have pretty low requirements as far as using them concerned. You can invest your stat points into something else. So you can see this, check out this map I have here. I'm doing some hate level 3s right there by the waypoint. This is a really good map to do farming on Mephisto. So you can just find them super quick. And that's another good thing about playing single player, is that you get to keep the same map every time. So unless you're using like map pack on Diablo 2 online, then you kind of don't know where the boss is all the time, so you have to go around searching. And after they do that patch update, will make the endurance of hate level 3, or endurance of hate level 2, level 1, like so much bigger. Then now it just seems like it takes forever to find him, and it's really not worth farming him. But sometimes. So, I'll show you another draw I found earlier today, though, that I thought was pretty good. So, look at this. So this guy here dropped off of Mephisto earlier today, and that's probably one of the rare items I've seen him drop, but it's pretty good. I honestly don't know what I'd use it on, but that cannot be frozen is pretty cool, I think. And also, just another point of interest too is, like, a lot of people say, I've seen in different forums and whatnot, is that I can't find high runes and I have a hard time with it and all that other stuff. Well, I've been playing this one character for probably maybe a month, maybe a little bit less than a month. But probably around a month, and I've already found all these runes, right? So what you gotta do is go to Lower Kurast and set your players to 8, and go Lower Kurast chest hunting, and you'll find high runes. It won't be quick, but it will happen. You just gotta have the persistence, and it will pay off. But some people I've seen on forums, and they say they've never found a high rune. They've been playing for years and years and years, and they just don't know where to look for them. I was in the same category for a long time. I just did not know where to look for them until I started looking online and watching people farm them and whatnot. You just got to do a ton of runs, and you'll eventually get one. So so far on this character, I found this low rune. I found, I think, like 4 ohm runes, maybe like 5 or 6 vex. All of these is, and then I also found 2 Sir runes, which I upgraded to a Burr rune. Actually, I think I found 4 Sir runes upgraded to Burr runes for my Infinity. So I'll show you that Infinity right quick. I want to use, there it is. So that Colossus Vol's Infinity. Look at that damage, man. That's awesome. So the good thing about this Merc weapon is one thing is ethereal, so it has higher damage, and you can put an ethereal item on a mercenary, it won't break. And another thing is that the it's at level 12 conviction aura, so it basically makes all the monsters' immunities go down a certain extent, and you can, like, say you have a monster that's got fire immunity, then you can lower its fire immunity and hit it with fire, and it'll still take damage. Now, it won't take a lot of damage, but it will still take some damage. So that definitely helps. And that other move I was saying, or that other aura I was telling about on the mercenary is called Holy Freeze. It's a defensive type mercenary from Act 2 Nightmare. Works well with a sorceress build, because the sorceress is kind of weak, as far as taking damage. But when you slow the monsters down with that Holy Freeze and then hit them with that Conviction Aura, it just opens up the damage to the enemies a whole lot. Oh yeah, I want to show you the players. So for the players, what you can do is you can just hit players like this, type it in, players 3, and then see how it says player set to 3, and if you hit it like 10 times like that, it'll stay players 3 the entire time you have Diablo 2 up and running. And once you shut it off altogether and close the program, then it goes back to players 1. So players 3, 5, and 7 increases drop rate, or the no drop chance, and then anything even number wise increases XP. They all increase XP, but even numbers mainly increase XP, and they don't have the drop chance. So if you do player 7 and you're trying to get drops off enemies, and you want to lower that no drop chance, just set it to player 7 if you want to get the highest chance of items to drop. If you're trying to get items to drop and XP, then set it to players 8, and you'll be good. For that Lower Kurast runs, I'll do Lower Kurast runs here in a minute and show you what I'm talking about when it comes to looking for high runes. Wrist sword. I think I have a couple of these already. Let's see what kind of ED's on it. So we got, okay, let's see. I can't remember where all this stuff is. Just a mess in here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So you got 2, 2, 30, 226, 14, and 48. Alright, so that one's a 1, 2. Maybe if it's a little better here. It's just 1% better. Yeah, we're gonna just sell that one. Alright, so I'm gonna show you this Lower Kurast runs, and then we'll call it real quick. Alright, get my mercenary out. I'll show you guys what he looks like too. So as you can see, I'm using the Vamp Gaze now, and then I'm using the Fortitude lowercase male, I should say. And then there's one of the Ohm runes I found. I found this jewel earlier when I was playing. I think it's like 40 ED, just plain 40 ED with nothing else on it. So pretty good. So 90 ED added to this ethereal bone, few ogre axe. So pretty good damage. I mean, it's almost as good as Infinity, but doesn't have the Conviction Order on it. So it's still pretty good though for what I need the purposes for right now until I get that Infinity working. But as you can see, he only has a 198 strength, and that Infinity takes 200. Fortitude by far is like one of the best body armors you can get for any merc, pretty much. I mean, it just increases the defense so much. Look at that, 3,111 defense. Basically, it's a bugged ethereal body armor. And you just put it in the heraldic cube and then put the recipe. I think it's a perfect topaz, a tau, a thol, and then a ethereal armor or a normal quality armor. Could be white as long as it's white. So if it says superior, and it's white, you can still do it, but as long as it's white or gray like this, then you can do it. Okay. Might have to check that superior. I don't think the superior works, to be honest with you. I think it has to be white or just plain gray. And then oh yeah, we got the keys already, right? Yeah. So okay, so keys. Yeah. Oh, there's one other thing I want to tell you too. So earlier today, I was able to finally gamble a unique item from her. So I clicked on one of these amulets and gambled a unique. It was like Nozikin Eye or something like that. It's not a very good amulet, but just the fact that I could gamble it at this level from her, and I've always wanted to try to see if I could gamble a unique, but that's the first one I ever gambled, and I've tried it a lot. Never gotten one before, so it's very, very, very rare to get it, but you can do it. Anyways, so we're gonna go Lower Kurast, do a couple chest runs here, and then we'll call it a stream, or call it a video. So players 8 is what we're gonna do here, right? And then we'll set it so we can have it set constantly. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna go. So what you want is the Lower Kurast here. All right, and then set up your precast. All right, so if you look at my map here, I got basically two campfire chests. So super chest, if you can see it, there's two in this cavern, or in this little tavern thing, and then there's two in this tavern, one in this one, and one in this one. And each one has a like a bonfire in front of it that you can open up at the super chest. So here's the bonfire, right? And we're gonna go in here, and then there's a super chest, and there's one right there. So we're on players 8, and this is what it dropped from me, 1 jewel, right? Let's see what's in there, and then that's what we got. All right, and then we got here. See how much stuff it drops. So one thing is to note too is that these super chests don't always drop a lot of stuff. All right, sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll drop a little bit of stuff and it'll have a high rune in it. Sometimes it'll drop a lot of stuff and have a high rune in it. But sometimes it'll just drop like that. See, that's pretty crappy. It's like 4 items, right? Well, sometimes when you open it up, it'll be a lot of stuff. Just a lot of stuff comes out of there. So don't get discouraged. It happens. But you can find these high runes, I promise you. They're just kind of rare to find. So you just gotta keep pounding away and looking at them, but you will get them. I always like to kind of clear my gold out before I start doing these, because it's hard to see all the items and drop, and if you clear all the gold out, then a lot of times there might be something in there you miss if you happen to miss it when the chest opened. See, there we go. Alright. I also like to hit these armors up sometime, because every now and then you'll find like this is where I found that lower-cated mail that was ethereal. Sometimes you'll find white monarchs too, or ones that have 4-pin sockets, so you can make a spirit on these. And then on these up here, sometimes these weapons racks, you can find those ethereal Colossus Phalanx or Thresher, or Cryptic Axe, so you can make that infinity. And a lot of people like to go back to town and refill their rings, or excuse me, their keys. But one of the good points with that is that you can find a lot of keys just kind of out here while you're doing this, and you don't have to worry about refilling your keys, like buying keys to refill them. You can just get them off the ground out here. And go back to 4, because you don't have to walk the dock in Act 3. You can just go to this one real quick. And we found a Grand Charm also, which is not very good, so and that's it. That's how you do Lower Kurast run and farm Mephisto. Maybe I'll get lucky and find some reward trials later on tonight or something, but thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it, and catch you next time.